Hey everybody. Hey. Gonna give it just a second here to see if anybody's jumping on. It's about 3:30. I don't normally, this is a little late. It's kind of like kids are getting up from naps for my stay-at-home mommies, and then like people are driving and all that. Oh, now a bunch of people just jumped on. Just let me know that you're here. Thumbs up. Say hey. It doesn't show me who's on right away. I just wanted to, it's kind of a funny story, but it's also very, very kind of deep and real, and you'll find it a little bit humorous, but there's also such a super, super, super important message with what I have to say. So anyways, just bear with me, but I really debated about going live about this or not, and it's something that I feel that I have to. So I know probably some of you saw how I posted about Beetle the fish the other day, and Beetle the fish I thought was dying, and so I literally had this deep conversation with AJ about how, Beetle I think is dying, and do we know what that means, and see he's not moving and he's floating to the top, and all of this, super serious stuff about Beetle our fish. Well, this happened a few weeks before also, and so here I'm like thinking that we have that our fish has 9 lives, right? That our fish is like this amazing fighter, and like he's died and come back to life now twice. What was happening the other day is, he's floating to the top, or he was on the top and he was like tipping over and tipping over. Well, here's the thing is like he's tipping over, he's floating to the top, he's about to die, and all of a sudden he would swim as hard as he could to get down to the bottom, right? He'd swim super hard, and you could tell that he was struggling, and I literally was certain that he was dying, and I just was like in my mind and telling AJ, like, because once he would start swimming again, I'm like, oh my goodness, AJ, he's trying to live, and AJ's like, go Beetle, you can do it, and so here's Beetle fighting for his life, and he's swimming to the bottom, and then after a little while I couldn't find him, and so I was like, oh no, like, okay, where's Beetle? He jumped out or something happened, he jumped ship. He didn't want us to watch him die. It was one of those moments where I was like, okay, we have to give him his privacy, he probably wants to die in peace is what I was thinking in my head. But anyways, at one point, a couple of different times I look, and AJ had picked out this little ship for him. And so he was in this much smaller, the Betta tank is like a small cube. He was in this much smaller cube, and probably 2 weeks ago we had put him in this larger bowl, like a large goldfish bowl, and he loves it. He's got like a couple more of the fake plants in there, and now he's got this little ship in there. And so when we first put him in there, it was really cool because his beautiful Betta fins were like wide and spread apart, and like he never really did that before. And then his little fins in the front, as soon as I put him in there, were like he's always super happy now, like straight up, like he's just like, and his fins are going, and his fins are going, and his fins are going, and he's like so excited in there. He loves his home, right? He's like a different person. He's like a whole different fish. We've had him for a long time now, and so again, we're watching him die the other day, and I'm just like, this fish is unbelievable. It just reminded me of all of these amazing people that I work with in my accountability groups, in my support groups, and even the people that aren't in my groups, people that reach out to me, and of course, like the people in my everyday life. But so many of these people have such an impact on me. All of the time, people will message me and they're like, you're doing such an amazing job for these people. But really, really, really what the thing is like, these people are changing my life. The whole thing that I'm able to help change lives is just something that cannot be put into words. It is unbelievable, and to be able to do it from home, and while I get to stay home with AJ, and to really truly have an impact on these people's lives is just unbelievable. So they tell me constantly, like, thank you, thank you, thank you for changing my life and all of this. But I'm like, no, thank you for changing my life. It's a two-way street, and it's so super, super humbling. And so this is what I was thinking about as I was watching Beetle, our fish, fight through death. Like, literally, I'm like, he's fighting dying. He's fighting to swim to the bottom so he doesn't drown, so he doesn't die. Like, he's every time, and he's going to the top, and his fins are not moving, and he's literally dying. And so anyways, this went on pretty much all day, and he would have these spouts where he would swim back down to the bottom, and again, he was struggling. He's really super, super, super slow, trying to get down to the bottom, and I'm just literally, I'm like, Beetle, you can do it, buddy, you can do it, Beetle, we're here for you, and AJ, Beetle, you can do this, Beetle, and it just was like this amazing thing. And then later, I was Skyping with my sister, and we were talking about these groups, and she's in the group now, and she's doing super awesome, and she's fighting for her health. She's got my nephew, her baby, and she's in school, and she got a promotion, and like doing all of this stuff, and it was really like symbolic, like, oh my gosh, here I'm Skyping with my sister, here's Beetle the fish, it's like the same thing, they're like both fighting, you know what I mean? And I'm telling her about Beetle and how he came back to life now a couple of times, how like he was dying and we were watching him die, and he was fighting for his life, and now he's still around. Beetle the fish is completely fine. And she was like, oh my gosh, Sissy, do you have one of those fish that's like not supposed to be in a tank with other fish? And I'm like, yeah, Betta. And she's like, no way. So her friend had the same thing happen, right? Thought their fish was dying, and here it turns out that the fish, they're Googling and Googling and Googling, and there is something where it can be the amount of oxygen in the water, or most of the things say that it's because they're constipated. So literally, Beetle or fish that has died and come back to life a number of times, it turns out that maybe he was actually just constipated. But either way, can you imagine what Beetle was going through? Like, oh, Courtney, I didn't even see you were on here. Girl, I love you. You know I got you. I will never, ever, ever, ever give up. But so here's Beetle the fish, but in Beetle the fish's mind, so now I know that it's perhaps that he's constipated, but can you imagine what Beetle the fish is thinking? Beetle the fish is literally thinking that he's dying. If his body, his fins aren't able to work and move, and he's going up to the top, and he's going up to the top, and he's turning over, like fish do when they die, can you imagine what Beetle the fish is thinking? Like, he's thinking that he's a goner. He's thinking he's dead. And so to watch him fight to go down to the bottom, he was like, I am not gonna die, not today, hell no, I am not gonna die. And so I don't know, it just reminds me so much of all of the people that are in my amazing community, the coaches that are in my community, the challengers, or the women that empower each other and that get their families on board and get their spouses on board and get their siblings on board and, their co-workers on board. And some of these people literally could not get out of bed couldn't get out of bed. Like, this is no joke. This is so much more of a mental journey that we're all going through than the pounds and inches lost. Like, granted, that is a great thing, right? It's great if you're getting in shape and you're getting healthier and you're losing some weight here and there, but this is so much more about mindset and a mental journey and growth and strength and fighting, right? It's fighting for yourself. And it's so sad to me, the amount of people that aren't willing to fight for themselves. I see it all day long. Actually, I don't see it all day long because I kill my news feed. I can't see all of the negativity that's out there and the people belittling other people. And, I'm in a ton of different groups that I don't follow anymore, just because there's a lot of super negative people in there. And, you just got to keep your blinders on and you have to fight for you. A lot of times the people that are supposed to support you aren't going to support you. And, it was just really cool for when I thought that Beetle was legitimately dying. Like, I was right there. Like, I come down every morning and see Beetle, and I talk to Beetle, and I'm like, good morning, Beetle, and he's got his you guys, his front fins, I'm not even kidding. I'm going to show you Beetle. I'm just going to show you. So, I just wanted to share that because I thought about not sharing it once I found out that he was constipated, not dying. But then I thought, no, I'm sharing this story because, again, imagine what he was thinking. Like, Beetle thought he was dying, and he was fighting for his life. So, hold on. Here's Beetle. Hi, Beetle. Look at his fins, his front fins. Hi, buddy. Hi. Come here. Hi, Beetle. Hi. You have an audience today. Isn't he the best? So before he got put into this bigger tank, he never did that. Like, his fins were never so happy like that. See how happy he is? He's so happy. So everybody give Beetle a round of applause, please. Give him some hearts and thumbs up because he's a fighter, man. He thought he was gonna die, and here he is, fluttering away like a true champ. Good morning, good afternoon, Beetle. Hi, buddy. So, my whole thing, there is a really, really good point and story behind all of this. I would go back and watch it, but I just really wanted to share that with you guys and let you know to never give up your fight, or to at least start your fight. There's so many people that won't even start their fight, right? So that's kind of the whole story behind this, and Beetle is okay. Anyways, have a really, really, really good day, you guys, and I will check back in. I have a bunch of stuff that I'm working on to share with you guys, so thanks for jumping on this afternoon, and I'll see you soon.